Mr. Ranajay.
My name is Ronald Jones. I want to thank you for board members and administrators. I'm also in the advertising area. I also already work with the district. If it wasn't for my wife living in the district when I moved up here, I'd be a lost city boy. I can't find it because of advertising. There's really limited space. I work hand in hand with a lot of the teachers in the district, administrators, as well as athletics. I probably already said the district in the $50,000 range in savings in the last year or two combined. Basically, I have proven way to make you guys money around the school. You can evaluate the assets. That's where to start. I currently own at Valley View down the valley, and this is just a very simple, proven way of how we do it. Basically, you'll generate $27,000 every 3 years. And it's easy. So that's just a start. You can obviously go on. I'm sorry. You can obviously go higher depending on how much money you want to make. But this is basically just regulated off. If we were to do the field house, as soon as you walk into a football field, these are just examples that I printed out for you. We do 4 3 by 5 foot illuminated signs, and they would have businesses. Okay, so that would be $3,000. Okay, and that would lock them in for a percentage of the time. And then you can also sell it in the basketball court, sell it in the theater, however you want to do it. But this one's proven. This is the one Valley View uses. They want to generate an X amount of dollars per year. And that's how they do it. And it's proven. You just go, get the advertising space, the businesses put it up, and the biggest thing you want to do is keep them there for 3 years, because there's a cost to remove their sign if they don't renew for 3 years, and then the cost to put up a new sign. So it's not only just about selling this advertising, but selling to someone who's going to stay in the long term for the district to make money. I'm real flat out with what I cost. My cost is $0. I want nothing. I live in the district. The school needs money, so basically, in return, what I ask is I just get a sign. That's it. The rest of the advertising space, I manufacture the signs in-house in my shop on Wildcat Road on 247. We do all the banners in-house, we print everything out of my shop. So basically, all we have to do is basically just sell the advertising space, get them to lock on for 3 years. So if you did a stadium, that's $12,000 in 3 years, or $4,000 a year extra that you're paying per year. So, like Valley View, Mr. Castellani, their business manager there, he builds the businesses, and that's completely up to the board and the district, but he builds them in a cycle. So not all businesses will just give you $1,000. So he might just do, okay, we'll cycle it for 3 seasons, or we'll cycle it, if somebody wanted to do the theater, for example, they would be billed quarterly. It helps businesses with their tax purposes as well. There's a marketing later. But if you sell those little signs, which is another 3 by 5, and that's a banner, those can be hung anywhere you want. That could be hung out on the baseball field, they could be hung out inside the gymnasium, they could be hung anywhere around the school. That's completely up to where you want to place it. I don't like gaudy, so I wouldn't say clutter everything up. We do them around scoreboards, stuff like that in the gymnasiums. We do them above the bleachers. So it's not in your face, hey, this is that. But when we live out here in the country, where does everybody go? The school. When it's Friday night, it's the fall, you could expect most of the population to be here at the field. When you go and there's the play, the parking lot is packed. People come to the school. That's really the only thing that's really up here, is the school, in the sense of, being here. A lot of alumni does move out, I understand that. But the arena of getting them in and pulling them back in, this is also a great opportunity for them to come in and put their name on something, or come together as a class at a reunion and then donate something. The sign at the field, it costs $3,500. I already have a local business and myself who would donate the sign. That's my cost. But it's it's already done for you. The signs, they're $100 a piece, and that could be wrapped into your, the advertising cost as well. They're $100 to be made, but again, like I said, I'd be donating those on behalf of the village for the district. So basically, all we have to do is find businesses to lock in for 3 years, and you guys can build as many as you want.
With findings?
Yeah, this is installed. This is with the graphics of businesses. I talked to Home Depot. I talked to Homefield National Bank. I talked to Sharky's. I put a call in the Waymark. I have to call like Happy Trails. I have to call the other businesses that are really well embedded into the district as well. But I started doing this footwork probably right before the holidays just to see if I could spark some interest. And there's a lot of interest. But you can go as big as you want. This is just a proven one. And this is also just a simple email or order that you can send out to the businesses in the community. They send it back. And you know, a lot of gravity. You might send out 100. You might get 50 thrown on the garbage, you know, 25, and then 5 might send them in. But there's nothing like you go to a cold call and say, hey, we're in the district. We're selling advertising space because it's the district. This is where people come. This is where they see.
Where would you go outside of the district? Because we're getting sponsors from yearly, but I'm sure they would.
Oh, absolutely. If you already have relationships with sponsors now, Home Depot, yeah, I would reach out to them immediately and see if they want to, put a higher number in. And like I said, you can do the fields. I worked for Scranton recently with Mr. Marichak and Mr. Cohn down in Scranton, and they're doing the whole revamp there. Valley View, they're just starting out with this, and we're raising them a significant amount of funds just with this base one. The pricing can also fluctuate too. Theirs is actually $500 more than what I put on the sheet. I figured to make it enticing to the areas up here because there's more population down there. There's not so much up here. So when you're driving by the field, who drives down that road unless you go to school? I mean, we'll be honest. And we have the highway here too. But there's other schools like here. This is a very busy road. So, you can always throw something on the road if you want to. The field house idea of those 4 signs, those would be, I would definitely contact Home Depot if you already have a great contact with them. And then a bank is always reluctant to put something out there for themselves as well. So those would be illuminated when you walk into the field on the left, nicely done, and it's installed, and you take care of everything else.
I did talk to a bank in Homefield, and they said they'd be interested, but the question is the tax records. So they have more money to work with than the local banks said to me.
Exactly.
Now I thought about the Pennsylvania State Credit Union because I'm a part of that union too. A lot of guys that work with Christians are all part of that. Maybe that credit union would be, one of one hand, maybe something like the credit union that would be strength, which is pretty good for strength.
When we run those ads, we give an exclusive to those businesses as a non-compete arena. Basically, if they're going to get the big sign, we give them an exclusiveness for their because they're dishing out the most money. And that just makes sense, and that keeps the, hey, now there's all these banks here. So basically, you pick one and you stay with that. And the relationships that we have, they just keep folding over and over. I built a multi-million-dollar company in under 2 years. So we are really hitting the ground running. And since I live in this district, I want to help. So whatever we could do to raise some revenue for the district, I'm all about it. I mean, I could save so much money by using competitors. I could slice my prices, and that looks good on paper. But in all reality, this is a lot of money for the district to make for something we don't do now. So a little goes far, and we could always build off of it. I mean, we could come in here and make this place look like an NFL stadium if you want all over the place, but I don't think that's what we're going for. I would suggest you set a goal number. Say you want to make an extra $50,000 every 2 years, and then that's what we'll have to tailor this around what you want. That's cool, right?
The companies like Adidas and all that you work with,
Absolutely.
they do local sponsorships.
Absolutely. We're an Adidas dealer. We signed on Nike and Under Armour coming in 2015, probably in June. So these companies also allocate money to myself to give out to the community to use. For example, some of the sports teams in the district, they receive Adidas dollars to be used towards whatever they need, hard goods, extra apparel, stuff, whatever it is that the school can't provide, Adidas gets a bad tag. For basketball, I think I came up with $3,000 from my company, donated that to the school so that they could have new uniforms because they were I go in, I have 15 school districts that are my babies. Any coach can call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the teacher can call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I work for them. I work for you guys. So this would be another add-on. That's basically it. I don't give this to anybody else. I'm at Valley View, I'm making money off this. I'm making a lot of money off this. And I'll be the first one to tell you that. But since I live here, it's fair, it's fair. I don't live in a big mansion or anything like that, but I have a big heart, and I know where it should be. And what I like is when I go to the football stadium, I see everybody wearing everything that I personally touch. That's the coolest part. So that's what I like. So each school that I go to, when I walk in, I'm like, wow, this is cool. This is great. That's what I get out of it. Any other questions? I'm going to speak for himself.
Signs like those ones, district champs and all that.
We do anything we need. We do 4x8 corrugated boards, we do flat out printing. We also work with 2 other families that live in the district. So if I can't handle something in-house, it's actually fed out to people that live in the district here in the county. So I use, because I'm busy, so it's the overflow. I don't just look for any random Joe. I look for somebody who's in our district that's going to come back to the district. That's how I work my house. Yeah, we do all the banners, anything you need. They're fully printed out. It's a flat rate. I give you the wholesale price if you need something extra. Right now, I think I'm donating 30 t-shirts to the girls' basketball team so all the kids can go in and go nuts at the football games. I throw them out. I do whatever I can to keep them here.
They would have brought those nice shirts down. That was big. You put on shirts, all the kids were so excited and all that.
But I like it. I like teachers. We have fun up there. And that's what it's about. When kids have moral and they have like the school spirit, school is a lot better, the sportsmanship is a lot better, the growth of the community is better. I mean, I've seen it tenfold. I watched in North Pocono girls basketball. They're a sports arena 3 years ago. They're number 1 right now in the whole division. I started working with West Point football 2 years ago. We're just like getting that morale going on. I mean, look how well they did this year. So when I go in 100%. And that's why when they ask me to come and say, hey, we help us out with this? Absolutely. Absolutely. You got it. But it's proven. These numbers don't get the best cast down there. Hard judge. All right. If you have any questions, I'll leave some cards here on the table. Watch your review today. And I can answer any questions you have, okay?
Thank you. Now, we're going to do the same thing as Bill.
And I think you heard what I said to Bill. We'll set up a time that we can meet with you individually after we kick this around. All right. We'll set up a time to sit down and see what direction we take.
Any other questions?
We're good?
I wish everybody a happy and healthy new year. I'll see you soon. Thank you.
My first guy was way more I slept for 94 days soccer and
my name's Zach Pierce. I'm the Member Relations Coordinator for Eastern Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania School Board Association. It is a new position in the association. And by way of background, I come from the membership. I'm president of the board at Delaware Valley, based in my house in Mount Moore, so it's a nice quick drive over. It was a cold one, but it was okay. It is winter in northeastern Pennsylvania. So, I know well the struggles of what it is to be a school director. I know what it's like. It's another day with the family, and try to get an answer back because you enjoy the follow up with review. So, I know what it is to be I started the association in March. There's a new position in the association. The idea is to bring the association to its membership. We didn't have a certain connection with the board for many years through legislative advocacy, perhaps through the training of owners. Otherwise, it's kind of a static relationship. We didn't go to our conference, etc. So I'm kind of bringing the association to you. And I'll also, when I leave here, if there's any time in the future that you are curious if something is facing the board, stand with me, I kind of go through what's there for you as an association, as a member of the association. I also ask some questions. Fair question. We will cover all those topics. So, as you open up the folder on the left-hand side, working your way back, there are two little cards in there. Standards for effective school governance, which have been around for a while. That is what the association believes is a high functioning board. For that, there's also the other handout, a little card there, which is sort of a general overview of the association, all of the products and services and those kind of things that we have for you at the association as well. The handout right behind it is titled Facts and Figures. That's just some data, some information. We have a research and evaluation department of the association. They keep a number of statistics. You can ask them budget questions. I've had mechanic was interested in saving money on cafeteria funds because of our money federal guidelines. So they were looking for the best practices on how to save money there. The superintendent down in the southeastern part of the state asked me about some literature on distributed leadership. So a wide variety of questions. The research department will take your questions and contact right on there or report it to them. They are an RFP-based department, so it's including the interview and ask them any questions. They also keep professional contracts and support staff contracts. So they'll survey the school districts across the state. Whenever districts respond with their professional contracts, they'll take them and score them so that you have an idea within your and I, your team. What's the low, mid, and high of salaries in other districts, or what are the staff, or the medical benefits, those kinds of information. Wide variety of things they will start to do. They also do obviously different evaluations for the compliance all that. Working your way back through on the left-hand side of the Career Gateway handout. Two Career Gateway is a website that was really developed by us, in-house, so it's finished. The idea for our members is to save their money in terms of advertising. We don't have to pay for advertising. Positions not cheap. You can advertise every position that you have in the district. It does not cost you anything. The idea is to get you a bigger applicant pool. And certainly if you have certain positions, like don't need to know something like that, a special ed teacher, maybe in a certain administrative position, you're having a tough time operating an applicant pool. Post on a Career Gateway. There's also an upgraded version of it, which just talks about those handouts, $725 for the year. The difference between the two in a general sense is it's kind of like a professional LinkedIn post for educators. If somebody has to go on Career Gateway and apply to a vacancy directly, that's the reason. The $725 is paid for, and every time you post something on the house, everybody that matches the credentials to get a push notification. I would recommend every time you post something, because it's free for you to share. And if you have trouble with tough times operating, other things that you want to look at, you don't think that's but that's a great, it's from all over the country, we're probably the same. Pretty fun. Certainly, not so much in this place. Down in the southeast and the southwest, PME and here, they both charge for their services, but they're very happy about this, especially for us. It's more value for you, something that's not costing you any more than it is. There's two other handouts on the left-hand side. There's three total. There's two available. There's executive searches and compensation services. Dr. Brendan Barrett, who's in charge of school services, and then Wayne McClure. Those are the two folks that work in school services. Both of them every year do superintendent searches and administrative searches. Nothing you can do. Just nothing that is there for you. And then also compensation services in there. Dr. Barrett is certified in compensation analysis in place, so she will do a custom analysis or custom study for you based on what you need. I can tell you that as chair of negotiations all around, you include a minister, doing a three members of my academic group, all of them, what happened in terms of salaries. I wanted to develop some ranges, some structures, something, it's one of those things that you can't just look at what other people in other districts and say, well, that's what the market is. You have to do it. I believe it's based on, weighted based on variables. We happen to use districts of similar relative development, that's the ratio of districts of similar enrollment. Those are the two variables we think. It will be up to you in terms of centralized development of this variable. How you really want to compare yourself, what districts you compete with each other, all that kind of stuff. It's a custom study that's just for you. We have a lot of things that are about PDU, all the salaries and costs. It's a great service. It's phenomenal about this. It's not something you can do all the time. There are things that she does. She also does job description, which is pretty tedious process, you can imagine. But that's something that's there as well, that she does. Both of those are people services. The very back hand side and the left hand side is a handout Blues platform, USDA, legislative platform. For many years, I'm sure those members, the platform is very thick. Not something that's very useful document to get to the legislator or anyone, Senator Baker or otherwise, and say this is what we believe here at the association. It's not really intuitive when you have to read through the document, especially when you really steps. So this is a kind of a simplified, boiled down version of it. It's like, this is what we believe at the association. If there are no issues, they don't go away from ways to get funded, charter school reform, obviously, you know, on the right-hand side, working your way back, there's a little handout about policy. It's a little card that's similar to the one on the left. Policy services is a tremendous service for you that the association provides. Anybody in our policy maintenance program paid $1,000 a year, not under $1,000 a year, to get all their policies up to you. Okay? We have 10 people working on that full time. And update your policy and cover everything that you can imagine. TDS is. Well, you remember our policy maintenance? So, there are 10 people that do that service all the time. There's really nowhere else that you can get that that's kind of an updated thing. Other districts will use a lawyer to pay for it, but as soon as the lawyer can keep up with it, I'm sure they're going to charge the lawyer for all the to me, I always say it like this, if you're a max news member at ESPN, which you would cap for a news member for $12,540 based on the 4 months